it going, everyone? This is Mr. Welch, and this is episode number 7 of the LPSD Virtual College and Career Fair. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Erika Quade, who is from the University of Alaska Anchorage, or UAA, and she is talking about the admissions process. She's also talking about, the campus, the university, things that attract students to come to here. Erika, like she'll say, she was born in Kenai, grew up in Bethel and some other areas out in rural Alaska, so she understands, the needs and the transition period going from rural Alaska to Anchorage and what it entails for a college education. So it is my pleasure today to turn it over to Erika for our interview.
The University of Alaska Anchorage. I work with students in rural Alaska, and it's somewhere that I really enjoy working in and with these students because I myself am from rural Alaska. I was born in Kenai and I was raised out in Bethel and spent some time in Aniak and Kwethluk and all of those places. And so it's really important to me to make sure that the students who don't have as much access to higher education know how they can eventually get there, that it's not as big and scary as you might think. It's definitely accessible, and I am here to help. So if anybody has any questions after this presentation, I really encourage everybody to go ahead and reach out and contact me, and I'd be happy to do an online Zoom like we're doing right now, and that way we can be face-to-face, or if it's easier to have a phone call or email, I am definitely accessible those ways as well. All right, guys. So again, I'm Erika Quade. I'm an admissions counselor at the University of Alaska Anchorage, and I am here to give you a little bit of information about our university and how it can serve you. So I'm going to go ahead and start with our mission statement at the University of Alaska Anchorage. And the mission for UAA is to discover and disseminate knowledge through teaching, research, engagement, and creative expression. We are located in Anchorage, and we have multiple community campuses outside of Anchorage as well. So in South Central Alaska and out in the Mat-Su, we have a community college there. We are an open access university, and so what that means is that you're not going to need an SAT or an ACT score to attend UAA. You will need a minimum GPA, but outside of that, we are just welcoming to as many Alaskan students as we possibly can. We offer a few different degree types as well. So occupational endorsements, an undergraduate and graduate certificates, associate's degrees, baccalaureate degrees, graduate degrees, even PhDs are available at UAA. And we do this all in a very rich and diverse and definitely an inclusive environment. Oh, it doesn't want to go. Sorry, guys. Let's see here.
No worries.
And, oh, it did go. It was just a little slow. Okay, so here is a map of our lovely state, and we, of course, are located here in Anchorage. We have a really great campus here in Anchorage. We're right in the middle, kind of everything. We are 15 minutes away from mountains. We are 15 minutes away from theater, if that's something that you enjoy. There are tons of restaurants around. And something that I really enjoy about being on campus is that I can leave my office and I can be in the woods going for a run in just a few minutes. So everything is just really accessible. I appreciate that a lot about where we are located. So that also means because we're in Anchorage, you're going to have access to many other parts of Alaska as well. You can drive up to the Matanuska-Susitna Borough area if you would like. There's some really great berry picking, and right now I'm enjoying some cross-country skiing in that area. You can also go down south to Girdwood if you'd like in the wintertime and go skiing or snowboarding with our ski resort that we have there. Also some really great high bush blueberry picking there as well. So if that's something that you enjoy, that's really easy to get to. We also have a ton of different parks, green belts, running trails, just all these other amenities that are located here in Anchorage. So, like I said, there are over 100 miles of different trails for hiking and biking. If you're an outdoors kind of person, that's really accessible for you. And we try to make that even more accessible by renting out gear to our students for a really discounted price. So if you are on campus, you can come in. In the summertime, we have bikes that you can rent. In the wintertime, we have skis and snowboard, camping equipment, all kinds of different um, equipment that you can rent there, and that way you can enjoy all that Anchorage and then the outskirts of Anchorage has to offer as well. We also offer discounted tickets to movies and concerts that happen on campus. We have festivals on campus. Campus Kickoff is a big one that starts in the fall. It's a lot of fun. We also have more in the winter time. So it's a pretty happening place. There's usually always something going on. Here we go. So a couple of quick facts about UAA is it's a pretty sprawled out campus. There is a lot of room, but we don't have, it's not jam packed with students. We definitely have a very vibrant student body. There's about 13,000 students who are on campus, and I know that sounds like a lot, but it's a lot less. Because not everybody is going to be living on campus, and there's definitely plenty of room for everyone. We are ranked among the top 25 public universities in the West, so it's pretty great kudos to us, and number one return on long-term investment among peer institutions. So what that means is the money that you're going to spend at UAA, we are rated as kind of the best bang for your buck that you can get as far as higher education goes among peer institutions. And like I said before, it's an open access university, so no need for an ACT or a SAT score. And then we also pride ourselves on having pretty small class sizes, with our student to faculty ratio being about 14:1. And what that means for you as a student is a lot of access to your professors and time to make sure that if you have any questions, that those are going to get answered. We offer quite a few different degrees. So like I had said before, we have our bachelor's, our associates, our master's, doctoral. And an associate's degree is generally referred to as a 2-year degree, because generally it takes about 2 years to complete that. And of course, that's going to depend on your situation, how many classes you take. But your bachelor's degree is generally considered a 4-year degree because it takes 4 years to complete that. That can be less or more time. I personally finished mine in 5 years because I was working as a non-traditional student. So I was working while I was going to college. And so it took me a little bit longer. Some students do it in a little bit less time if they really hit the ground running. But the average is about 4 years. So some of our more popular programs would be our business, engineering. We have a ton of different health and science professions as well. Humanities, which is kind of where I fall into. I have my bachelor's degree in anthropology, lots of natural sciences, social sciences, things like that. So there are tons of things that you can do as a student at UAA to be involved. And being involved while you're going to university is really important because it's going to give you a sense of community. And plus, it's just a lot of fun. So we have 100+ student clubs that you can join if there's not anything that you see in one of those 100 student clubs. It's pretty easy to start your own. So it's a really great way to get involved. Lots of different activities, intramural sports, which means you don't have to be a professional or a college level player. You can just play with other friends and community members. But we do have quite a few NCAA sports as well, which are really fun to attend. And not just fun to attend, but also if you're a student at UAA, free to attend. So if you like watching basketball or, getting into cross-country skiing, hockey is always a pretty exciting one to attend. Those are a lot of fun. As a student at UAA, we do want to make sure that our students are supported. It's a really important part because we want to make sure that you guys are going to meet your academic goals. And so we do that through a variety of ways and support systems that we offer at the university. The first one that you'll probably encounter as a student will be your first year advisor. These people are amazing, and they will sit down with you one-on-one and go over your interests and help you figure out if you're not sure what you want to study. These are the people that can help you get there. And so they will sit you down, they'll go over your interest and help you go through all the different programs that we offer and help get you registered for classes. They also will check in on you periodically to make sure that you are doing well and that if you need any help, that they are there for you. We also have TRIO, which is for first generation students with a limited income, and our multicultural center. They have the Seawolf Success Program. So for incoming students, it's a great program to help make sure that you're kind of get your feet underneath you and you have the support that you need. The Multicultural Center is also a great place to kind of hang out. There's always food there. They do movies, and they also provide tutoring services as well. So as a student of UAA, you also have the option to live in on-campus housing. Our on-campus housing units are really, really nice. They're pretty spacious, they are modern, very clean, and above all, they are very, very safe. So there are a few different types of housing options. So depending on what you want, we're probably going to have something that's going to be able to accommodate you. A lot of our freshmen choose to be in the suite style residence halls. And so that's where you'll have a few different rooms with a shared living space. And then outside of your actual apartment, there's a kitchen that is shared by everybody there. And it's a great way to kind of go and hang out and see who else is in the halls. And then there's always something going on the on-campus living as well. So we do barbecues and all different kinds of events for the students who live there. Another nice thing about that is that we have the UAA shuttle bus that will come and pick you up from on-campus housing and bring you over to all the different buildings where your classes will be. And that runs every 20 minutes. So that's really a convenient way for you to get from on-campus housing to your classes without having to drive. Another great thing about on-campus housing is that it is just one flat rate. So you don't have to worry about utilities or Wi-Fi, gas, electric, all that kind of stuff. All of your payment is going to cover everything there. So cost and affordability, of course, this is going to be a big deal. Everybody wants to go into this with their eyes wide open. And so here, in this presentation, I have the estimated cost of attendance. So this is estimated. It could be more, it could be less. But also, if you go to the UAA webpage, you can play around with different scenarios if you're living on campus housing, if you're not living on campus housing, and that's going to change the cost of attending the university. So as you see here, we have tuition and fees. This is going to be based on taking 12 credits. That's considered the minimum for full-time, though most students are going to be around 12 to 15 credits. So tuition and fees, a little over $7,000. And some things that you're going to want to think about, books and supplies, those can definitely add up. So you want to take that into account when you are looking at, not just UAA, but any other university as well. And room and board.
Show my dad.
Okay.
Why?
I'm sorry, guys. Out.
Mom, why can I never talk to you?
Sorry.
I never get to talk to you.
Yeah. Working from home. So the first step to getting to UAA is going to be applying for admission. It's actually a lot easier than you might think there. If you go to the UAA homepage, we have an apply button at the top of the page. There's an application process that you will go through. And at this moment, if you are interested, we do have an application fee waiver for students who would like to attend this summer or this fall. I'm not sure how long we'll be offering that, so now is definitely a good time to apply to UAA. Even if you think that you may not attend, applying doesn't hurt anything. Just because you apply doesn't mean that that's that you have to attend, but it does make it accessible for you if you do decide this fall that you would like to go ahead and attend UAA.
So Erika, I'm sorry, did you say that's when that fee waiver good through? Till
So I'm not sure. It is open right now. I'm not sure how long it will be available. So if you do have any students who are considering UAA, now is a great time to apply. Or even if you have students who aren't considering UAA, it's still a great time to apply because it's free. You will lose nothing by applying.
Okay, great.
And so there are going to be a few different steps. So your first step, of course, would be to apply for admissions. And then you're going to want to apply for the FAFSA, for the free application for federal student aid. Then you'll take some placement exams. The placement exams are not pass or fail or anything. It's just there is no passing, there is no failing. It just is going to help us determine where you will be most successful for your reading and writing and math classes. It just helps us place you in the correct classes. Once you do graduate, you will want to send us your final transcripts, and then you'll go to new student orientation and register for classes. So again, I'd mentioned the FAFSA. So that's the free application for federal student aid. Even if you think that you may not get any money from the government, it's still really important that you do apply and fill out your FAFSA, because a lot of scholarships are going to want that information as well. The FAFSA will give, you will be potentially eligible for grant money, and that's money that you don't have to pay back. So that's great. Subsidized loans, which means that the government will help subsidize the interest rate on the loans that you take out. And then unsubsidized is just a regular type of loan where you will be accruing interest on that. There are a variety of scholarships that we offer as well, and you can find those on our website. So if you're considering going to a university, definitely want to check that out. All right, and so there is our phone number. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I would be happy to talk with you about the admissions process or anything related to the university. We have a lot of support services here, and we just want to make sure that you guys are going to reach your goals and be as successful as you can be.
Awesome, Erika.
I'm going to, all right, stop sharing. And did you have any other questions for me?
Yeah, I think just because I know, with our student population, most of them, if not all of them, go in and out of Anchorage, and, they're pretty used to it, and they have family there. And I know you talked about like the multicultural center. And what other services are there available for like rural Alaska Native students, or, just rural students in general, that they have to maybe help them be successful?
Yeah, no, and it can be kind of a culture shock coming from rural Alaska to, urban Alaska, and we do have quite a few different resources there. Like you had mentioned, the Multicultural Center, we have Native Student Services as well that will help, and we offer to have some of the students who are coming from rural Alaska move into on-campus housing a little bit earlier than everybody else. There are a ton of clubs, and that really gives people a sense of community if they can, if they're dance clubs and food clubs and, just all those types of, community-oriented opportunities. And if there are students who would like to work closely with our Multicultural Center, that's a really wonderful resource, because they can help with scholarships that will be available to students from different regions, as well as the tutoring and support like that.
Great. I think the other one too, for students who might be living on campus, in on-campus housing. I know you talked about transportation, the bus taking them to like on campus, or different buildings there. Is there any like transportation services outside of like Uber or Lyft or taxis that might go to?
Yes, I'm glad you asked. As a UAA student, you will get your UA ID card. It's called it's the Wolf card, and what that will allow is for you to ride the People Mover for free. So you can get just about anywhere on the city bus for free.
Yeah, I think that's a big perk too, just because it is, Anchorage is kind of a smaller city compared to others, but it definitely is kind of spread out between different things, stores and whatnot. So
Yes, and that definitely makes it really accessible for our students, especially, not just dining, but just getting all over if you want to go hiking or whatever. It's a great way to utilize, what Anchorage has to offer.
Well, great. Well, do you have any other like final words or thoughts for, students who might be considering UAA?
Yes, to utilize me, we are the admissions counselors. We are here to help. So if anybody has any questions, small, big, long, short, whatever it is, please reach out to us. And we would just, we really enjoy working with students, and we'd be happy to work with any of the students who might be interested in coming to UAA.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, Erika, and thank you for taking some time out of your day to speak
All right.
with us. And I will definitely, reach out to our students and let them know about this video, and so they can watch and kind of
Great.
enjoy it.
Yeah, and so feel free to spread the word on the free applications for right now. We'd be hopefully people can get on that and save some money.
Awesome. And normally, how much is the application fee?
$50.
Okay,
So,
great.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very
All right.
much, Erika.
Thanks for having me. I'll talk to you later.
Well, there we have it, everyone. A awesome presentation by Erika Quade, and I appreciate the time that she took to meet with us in regards to UAA. So there's some good information. Hopefully it gives you a bit of insight on, housing, tuition, what programs are available there, or activities. Sound like there's lots of great activities, that are taking place at UAA. So thank you again for watching. Be on the lookout for episode number 8 that will be coming out shortly. Have a good one. Talk to you later.